Stay classy, Golden Eagles. Okay, guys, this is going to be our second week of lessons about function or text structure. So last week you guys read a few different things. You read two different articles. One was a pros, one was a cons. Pros, you're positive. Cons, you are against. There was pros and cons of playing video games. I think one of the articles was called Virtual Worlds. Yeah, that was the article. And one side of the article was all about the positives of playing video games, and the other side gave the opposite argument, all the negatives that come along with playing video games. And I really felt like that article was really well written and really gave a balanced idea to both sides, okay? And last week we talked a lot about knowing your audience, okay? Who is that audience? Who is the audience? The author's always trying to write for a particular audience. So you got to be thinking about that when you read anything, whether it be a chapter book, whether it be a nonfiction, whether it be just an article or anything. An author always has an audience in mind. So keep that in mind as you guys are reading and consuming anything. Another set of articles that you read was, and I'm just turning the pages on my book. Another set of articles that you read were two separate articles. One was about school uniforms and what are the positives. So that was a pro argument. And then the other one was school uniforms, no way, which is a con or against argument. They were both kind of laid out, very well done. And I really think like both of these articles, both the way to go or no way for the school uniforms, are really has the audience in mind of you as students. They're trying to present, be like, hey, these are the positives of having school uniforms. These are the negatives. You now have both sides of the arguments. You make your decision. We talked a lot about that last week, about how it's important to understand both sides of an argument, to research it, to read it, to think about it, and then to make up your own mind, okay? One of the things that really helps us as citizens is to be informed, right? Doesn't matter which political party you like, doesn't matter if you're dogs or cats, it's important to know, hey, this is what I know, this is what I don't know, I'm going to find out about it, and then you come back and you make up your mind after you've read both sides, and you're like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm a dog person. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for all of you guys out there who have cats, but I'm a dog person. Okay, I am also allergic to cats. So, guys, functional text help people learn how to do things and get from place to place, complete tasks, buying groceries, paying bills, all that type of stuff. And you guys in your writing actually have some practice with that. If you watched that video, and I really hope you did, it's one of Mr. Holt and my favorite activities is the peanut butter and jelly sandwich activity that you guys saw on a YouTube video. Now, that's something Mr. Holt and I always enjoy doing every year, and we've talked about it, and we're both disappointed that didn't happen this year, but for obvious reasons. So, some examples of expository texts are menus, recipes, instructions, game directions, whatever the case may be, okay? There is going to be a PDF included that's going to help you guys. It's going to be titled Examples of Functional Text. So if you want to go ahead, pause the video and get that popped up and kind of look through it really quick and then come back to the video, I'll pause and wait for you, okay? So there's a huge amount of different types of functional text. Some of them that you guys are really familiar with. Recipes, we talked about those in writing last week. Your iPhone, there was a picture of an iPhone, and some you might not be specific about. There is a sign that says one way. That's a street sign, right? Or you see mileage to the downtown airport and scenic road. Those are all functional text. Functional text, guys, in the basic sense, is just, it teaches you how to do something. The mileage tells you need to travel 10 more miles to get to downtown. The reminder for the dentist, you have a dentist appointment on Monday, March 7th. Oh, you're late at 8 a.m. Okay, better call and get it rescheduled. Functional text is a piece of writing that tells you how to do something, whether it's to make slime or how to get to a place or just to go ahead and build something that you bought and you have to piece together, right? Okay, so later in this week, I want you guys to be looking around your house. Ask mom and dad first, of course, where some examples of functional text could be, okay? Don't just go take the remote from out in front or the TV guide or whatever the case may be. Don't just take something from mom and dad and be like, oh, that's a functional text. Ask them because they may need it, and then you're going to get in trouble, okay? And I don't want to get emails or calls from parents saying, well, Mr. Ferguson said I had to come and get some functional text, so I just took it. No. Ask mom and dad or whoever it may be first before you take something. It might be more important than you think, okay? So I want you to be looking around your house over the next few days and thinking about what are some functional texts. Ask mom and dad if you can. can use them because you're going to need them for some of our activities coming up in the later week. Tomorrow we're going to look at 2 different functional texts, and I want you guys to we're going to talk about how they're organized because all this focus is on text structure. As always, stay classy, Golden Eagles, and keep an eye out for functional text. I'd like you to see you get like 2 to 5, okay? Stay classy, Golden Eagles.